but it's happening this evening. Trust and believe, folks. It is happening this evening. Worlds will collide this evening. Things are going to happen this evening, but we are here. We are for it. We are in the vein of creativity, and it is going to be another amazing evening. We're going to start the night like this. I am waiting for a train. I am just a commuter. My destination is unknown. My flesh, the transportation. I am a spirit occupying this world for a short time. Metro Man by the one and only Black Chakra. Welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Oh yeah. Open mic presented by the legendary, that's right, I said the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know how we do because we've been doing this and doing this and doing this well. Welcome to episode 77. Let's go. We do this every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching, we appreciate you. You want to join us in the stream? The number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe we're going to show you this evening. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills, all right? So we would like to thank the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs and the New York State Council on the Arts for hosting these free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute. Every dollar counts and is very much appreciated. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse. Store and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. All the way up in the BX. That's my dude, man. Also, make sure you are plugging in with the other dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Matthew Motto Key in the building, representing Storm Lake, Jersey in the building. Listen, this cat's all kind of incredible. Make sure you plug in with Maddie. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in. Tonight's theme, Summer's Serenade. Oh, man, singing shores. How does the summer sing to you, right? When the sun starts singing to your pores, right? What does it sound like, right? I think about being at the beach, right? And when the waves start crashing, right, onto the shore, to me it sounds like the ocean is singing. To me, it sounds like summer is singing to me. And so that's kind of where this came from. If your artwork is not on theme this evening, that is still totally cool. We are still looking forward to all of the incredible genius that you are sharing with us this evening. Next week's theme, Sonnet 43. Let me count the ways. And if any of you, dig, Billy Shakes, shout out Arson. This is just one of those things, right? Sonnets are one of those forms. Sonnet 43 is a very particular one, all right? So make sure you bring your incredible artistry next week, all right? There will be a guest host next week. It's going to be interesting, all right? Here's a look at the upcoming themes, right? There are 4 for the month of June, and we are going to get to them, and it's going to be some incredible artwork, all right? So let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We're trying to stimulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your delivery. So, turn your cameras on. As you're coming to the stage, have your artwork ready. All right? We basically got a full list this evening. So, take advantage of the time that you have while your colleagues are ripping. Have your artwork ready before you come to the stage. And you have 3 minutes to rock. All right, plus a 30-second intro to let the world know how they can connect with all the incredible things that you do. Before or after you get down, make sure you are changing your Zoom name and plugging your information into the chat. All right, for the folks who may not have paid attention to the email today, the share screen feature is now turned off for everyone. All right, so if you were planning on that this evening, please change up some things happening, all right, because there will be no more share screen, all right? Just an FYI. We have reached a time of night where all of the sensitive ears should be out of earshot, all right, because there are explicit lyricists in our community, and some of them may bring about some triggering flashbacks. But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship, other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Fuck around and get cute. Get the boot. All the way from the BX, all the way from Jersey, baby. Trust and believe, all right? What we do is a living, breathing trigger warning. Thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space, all right? After these artists get up here and they share a true essence of being who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all of that exuberance with the community. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. We're going to make sure it stays that way, all right? So keep your comments concise, and we will keep it moving all throughout the evening, all right? The guaranteed list tonight is closed because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you go to newyourekan.org, you click on full events calendar, then you click on the Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the guaranteed list, and they don't populate until 24 hours before the show. Also, some of your colleagues were able to secure tickets today, right? Earlier in the day today. So make sure you are checking in throughout the night and throughout the day. Sometimes the tickets don't always sell out, so make sure you plug in and get yourself an artist RSVP ticket. Tonight's list, all of these incredible artists. And listen, there are some surprises in this list this evening. I will get with the tech team to make sure we are good to go. Let's get it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good, good people? What's good? Steve Romanow in the building. What's good? I see you, Lee. Sam Hardy, what's good? Good to see you back in the building. The plug is here. Mr. Poetastic with his signature smile is here. Ike Waltz. Bunny! Listen, Bunny's been putting in work, y'all. Like work, y'all. I see you, Bunny. Great work. Seriously, Bunny. Seriously. The God, Bobby and Gomez here. The maestro is here. Bill Elkins. Ray Whitaker. Great to see you, sir. Let's go. I see the plug in here. Let's do it. I will be plugging the information into the chat as I am getting it together. So, let's get to it, y'all. Setting us off this evening, as he does so incredibly well. Tonight will be no different. He's got his signature smile on deck, just like he always has a rhyme that's right on time. The one and only Eddie Foreman is in the building. Come on, Eddie. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Come on, set it off.
Thank you, my brother, like no other with words like thunder. And thank our wonderful co-host that we love the most, that deserve a toast, that never ever boasts, that goes coast to coast. Hello, everyone. My name is Ed Potastical and I'm feeling fantastic. Please, time to join my rhyme 5 Sublime. I got one short piece and one medium-sized piece, so I'll take too much time with my rhymes. The first piece is called The Euphoria of Summer. We smell the warm summer, making life more funner. Our chest is full of honeybees, while my mind is at peace. The sun's radiant kisses, the gray quickly misses, the hummingbirds in our ears, warding away our fears. The positivity rain down while nature makes sounds. Let's not focus on depression. Let's not question the aggression. Let's not focus on pitch darkness. Let's not bathe in the black abyss. What is always nestled in the mist is life's hiss, showing us a twist. We embrace pure moments like this, the inner bliss of an euphoria of happiness. Thank you. The first one is called Silence. The silence haunts me. The sound is set free. The darkness covers my ears. The darkness covers my eyes. It feels like I'm going to die. I felt this way before. She pranced out the door. I could still remember her face. She took away my warm grace. Sorry, would you please come back? That's when I suffered a heart attack. I was recollecting these feelings, yet the emotions kept on reeling. I felt stranded in the vast jungle, or a dog with a tight muzzle. Darkness, my close old friend, I know I quickly meet you again. I wish for beats, music, or sounds to help me off the cold ground. I'm rooted to the frigid floor, reflection of my smashed core. As I ponder silence in my room, cocoon away, nestle in my tomb. Someone suffering in pain or gotten hit by a speedy train. I understand I can't complain. What the hell would I freaking gain? I may be stuck in absolute silence. Light shines away with defiance. The sun kisses my cheek. I stop pretending I'm weak. I quickly stand on my 2 feet. My gray days haven't gone bleak. Thank you.
I'm telling y'all, this dude just has like sunshine like screaming out of his throat every time he rips. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Poetastic.
All the rhymes on time, Eddie.
Thank you for me. You're so sublime.
Absolutely. You know, when you come through, Eddie, again, you have really just helped us keep all of the brightness, right? We used to have RMT, right? RMT used to always come through to make sure our nights were shiny and bright, right? And we missed that, Ron, truly. But Eddie, you just bring the sunshine, right? No matter how dark the time is, you always bring the sunshine in your rhymes. I didn't mean that for that to rhyme right there, but you always do that, Eddie, truly. Thank you for doing what you do and continuing to share it with us. All right, Starship is underway, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, listen, I don't know. I got to work on it, right? Because a part of me wants to call this dude Dr. Chicken Soup, but he's like, Mr. Chicken Soup for the soul. Honestly, he is on theme. He is dedicated to his writing. He is dedicated to his craft. He loves his family, and I cannot really thank you enough for that. And continuing to share your incredible artistry with us. The one and only Alan Gary is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Alan. It's truly always great to see you, sir. Please, take it away. Hold on, sir. We can't hear you. 1 second. We're not hearing you. No, hold on. I will come back at you. We'll make sure we get it. Nope. Still nothing yet. Nope. Still nothing. I don't know. All right, we're gonna make sure we get it. Still, we're working. See how sometimes the tech wants to work with us and sometimes it doesn't, right? Again, he's getting ready to break something, and I think that's why the tech is like, oh no, I don't know if we're ready for it. Break things in the best of ways, honestly. But again, we're here for it. We're here for it, folks. We're here for it. Still not. All right. So this is what we'll do. Oh, hold on.
You hear anything? How
There
about
we
it?
go.
You got
We
it?
got
Yes.
We got you. All
Blessing.
right. Take it away, sir. Great
Yeah,
work. Great work on that. Take it away.
Okay, friends, you can follow me on my Facebook page. It's always open for posts. And if you like, you can like my Alan Gary fan page. Tonight's theme, we have Summer Serenade, Singing Shores. I have two pieces which cover these bases. Enjoy. Every summer, the ritual returns like clockwork. I receive the email invite. My response is a resounding yes. And on the last Saturday in June, the adventure begins. It's repeated for 2 more Saturdays in July and August. My friends Mike and Barb throw the best backyard party you could ever dream of. An inconspicuous home in Nyack, New York, harbors fantastical themes hidden in the confines of the yard, bordered by enormous trees and thick shrubbery. Sounds of salsa meld into disco, which becomes enmeshed in rock. Swirls of thick smoke arise from multiple cooking pits into the atmosphere, creating an aroma which blankets the senses. Dancing and laughter from several dozen close friends resound with a happy fury. The cycle of this mini grand event repeats yearly. It has surpassed the decade mark. It's more than a meeting. It's a gathering of spirits. News of family births as well as deaths is contributed to the circle. Sharing life's tribulations as well as accomplishments with kindred souls creates connection. Time and distance meld into the now. We are one. Even those of us who have passed are still with us. We keep each other close even when we are away from each other. Our existence is validated when we come together. We have learned from each other that we are worthy simply for being. Our station in life, whether richer or poorer, never enters the equation of our friendship. To belong is to have earned an acceptance which need not ever be challenged. We savor our relationship with each other while we imbibe the nectar of the gods, whether we sip water or wine or anything in between. On these very special days of the sun, we are sated. But we never neglect our connection with those recently or long time ago lost. We remember them so they may live on with us. Life is more fun, and by sharing the pain, the joy, and all the surprises in between with friends who care about you. This next piece, Corazon, is from a song that I wrote. These are the lyrics. You stole my heart like a thief in the night from the shores of Mexico. I awoke, my treasure was gone. Now the search goes on and on. Caída te amo. Where you go, I will follow. You are my life, my love, Corazon. You cannot hide from me. I'll search for you endlessly till our two hearts are one, Corazon. The love we shared in the tropic sun, our bodies melting into one. Moonlit nights, the sound of the waves, oh, the promises we made. Caída te amo. Where you go, I will follow. You are my life, my love, corazon. You cannot hide from me. I'll search for you endlessly till our two hearts are one, corazon. From Peru to Brazil, over mountains, across the sea, wherever you are you thinking of me? I hear your voice in the restless breeze, skimming over the southern seas. I can't help searching for you. You are my heart. What else can I do? Querida te amo. Where you go, I will follow. You are my life, my love, corazon. You cannot hide from me. I'll search for you endlessly till our two hearts are one, corazon. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Speak that heart language. Speak that heart language. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Alan. Gary.
Oh,
Alan, you were kind of describing how your two poems were all about utopia. I love the line in the first one, to belong is to have earned an acceptance. Ain't that the truth?
thank you.
Not the truth. You know, how you just put that together, from the summer and the connectedness of, the time and the relationships into the heart, right? Um, the last Saturday in June, kindred souls create connections. We keep each other close. We savor our relationship with each other. Te amo. Where you go, I will follow, mi corazón. Like, you are my heart. What else am I to do? Right? What else am I to do? Like, there's nothing you can do without your heart. Especially when it's someone else, when it exists in someone else, all you can do is make sure that they're right there with you at all times. Again, this is why I call this cat, it's so chicken soup, man. I'm telling you, it just does it. It just sticks to you. It's like, between the barbecues and the heart beating in every one of your stanzas, sir, you're incredible. Truly. Thank you for doing what you do. Whew. All right, y'all. Let's go. We cooking something for real this evening. For real. All right. Coming up next, this incredible author, playwright, poet, a pushcart nominee, author of Four Crescents, author of Black Calculus, Evaporating Rage, contributor to Love Letters to Gaia, is all kinds of amazing. He has traded in his foil for a pen. This gentleman is incredible. The one and only Norm Mathematics is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Please, take it away.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Elemental, you know how to carry the crowd and keep us moving. All right, here we go. This piece is in honor of Pride Month. The irony of the binary. Epigraph. Life in between has no binaries. Like there's no one else between you and me. Like how many of us are between he and she? Like there's only a closet between him and her. Like there's all the rest between us and them. Like there's only rights violated between right and wrong. Like there's no justice between law and order. Like there is nothing between rich and poor. Absolutely nothing. Like there's only living life between giving birth and waiting to die. Like there's only the present between the past and the future. Like there's a whole dimension of spirit between heaven and earth. We are all extremes between hyperboles, like between love and hate. Which one gets the most likes? Next piece. This piece, I think, is on theme. You and I on Earth together. After Stevie Wonder, you know, my brother, you know. 8 billion bodies fill the census. A blue orb sits silent in the dark. All disappear from view because of you and I on Earth together. A simple equation, 1 plus infinity. Your song expands my horizons, empties my secret closets because you and I on Earth together. Space between dream and memory, distant as the Milky Way, from one end of my verse to the birthplace of universe. Lovely as a summer day. Light piercing shadows of gloom, a look between you and I on Earth together. The simplicity of sound, the clarity of words, the ambiguity of emotion erased by words, spoken in bata coded beats. Primal rhythms connect, you and I on Earth together. Peace.
You're the only one my heart beats for. How I wish that you were mine. Unmute yourself. Give it up for the maestro.
Well, I think you know you kicked ass if you made Elemen2al sing. Bring the Stevie. Woo! Amazing.
Was like listening to a philosopher poetize. That's a word. It was quite good.
Come on.
Yeah, we are all extremes between hyperboles. That first poem was so spectacular in so many ways. Just the illogic of there just being two polar extremes to anything, you know?
You
Yeah, I
know,
wrote in the chat, like, we need more love poems, and you do it so effortlessly. Like, it doesn't look, it's not contrived, it's just beautiful. Sorry about the noise. I love listening to you read every week. I really do.
I would agree with that, Elizabeth. It's like a love letter to poems. It's like a love letter to poetry every time I hear Math read, right? Um, and it does come off effortless. Like, and listen, to quote our resident Gilgamesh, that line that he quoted, that's one of those that I need like blasted on my walls. You know what I mean? We are all extreme between hyperboles. Gosh, gosh, man, that is such a heavy one. The irony of the binary, right? Even in the title, right? How many of us are between he and she? All the rest between us and them. Only rights violated between us and them. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, there's only present between the past and the future. Your song expands my horizon. Listen, that could easily be the tagline of this space. Your song expands my horizon. Change song to poem, change song to artistry, change song to genius. You continue to expand my horizon with every single week. Thank you, Maestro. Gosh, you're a fucking genius, man. And you do it just like you. You're amazing, sir. Thank you for doing what you do. Make sure you plug in with Math. That dude's got an incredible lineup of books. Make sure you plug in with the Maestro. All right. Coming up next, Brooklyn Stand Up. This incredible storyteller comes through with some heavyweight work. Always has some intricate stories that are wrapped in her poetry. You're about to find out why. The one and only Markencia is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Please take it away.
Can find me here. Give ear to my song, my remedy, my anthem. Shall I dance for you? Sway like dandelion in the breeze and lure you at my feet? I can only grasp what I can hold, so don't come too close or burst my bubble. I'm stumbling now, all vapored breath, dizzy spells, stringing me along. Play for me, the banjo, good old oral tradition, everyday folk use and style, strummed fast tempo. The mountains, a wonder only to strangers. It rains here, the grass, turquoise, sapphire. Thank you.
See, and then you come through with that just compact, just unmute yourself. Give it up for Markencia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it rains here, and the grass, was it turquoise and sapphire? Like, that's kind of extraordinary because that's not what you think is coming. And I don't know, you carried us along. I liked the length of that poem. I thought that was really good. And I really liked the depth of it. I thought you took it to really, really deep places that I felt.
Yeah, I like these shorter things you've done the last couple of times that I find really totally satisfying, and they're very full and resonant works. Kind of you combining your reportage technique with a very meditative sensibility. That's something I identify with because I think at essence all poetry is meditative.
Yeah.
Excellent analysis, uh, Jedi Master. Because I was gonna say she hit us with the shorty doo wop, but it still hits like an ooh wop. Um, it's beautifully heavy, but it's like from concentrate, right? Like you only need this much, okay? Because anything more, it may be too much for your system to handle, right? Um, and then the imagery and the texture that you always have in your artwork, Markencia, I really, really appreciate it, right? And as you said, that good old oral tradition, when you mention that banjo, right? When you have music and a oral tradition mixed together, that's where culture starts to jump timelines. Amazing, as always. Thank you for doing what you do and sharing it with us. Really, you're amazing. As I told y'all, storytellers are in the building this evening, y'all. For real. All right, coming up next. Listen, I have seen this next artist put in some work, right? Don't let the smooth taste fool you, right? I've seen the iron that this one has been working on, right? And then she has the nerve to still be delicate with her pen enough to write striking poetry. She's actually absolutely working on the inside and the outside. Take notes. For real, folks. Take notes. The one and only Bonnie Soloway is in the building. Come on, Bonnie. Let these folks know where they can find you. It really is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, Elemental. I don't know with that introduction, that's probably the better poem of the two of these. This is called Crows Know Best. Against the din of traffic ever present throughout the day, the coos and caws of crows break through as if to say, it's just another day for us, along with all the rest. We'll sleep at night, awake refreshed, no crows of Instagram life skill tests. We crows know what to do and where to forage the best food, then caw back to our Congress, sharing all the clues. Our days are pretty active as we wing from ground to tree, testing out our vocal prowess, keeping an eye on you human beings who ignore the basic instincts of how to live your lives, believing in false narratives of social media's pulls and cries. It must leave a kind of emptiness of never fully feeling in charge, a constant quest for more and better, living in denial and disregard of what life really means to live in the moment day to day, instead of letting greed drive life's unempathic disarray. We watch and wonder while humankind's incessant need for more leads to societal degradation as you marginalize the poor. We don't profess to have the answers, but nature gave us equal sway to live a life of love and caring, from which you humans have lost your way. Sure, you're more evolved than us, but that's no guarantee that the way you live your lives is the better way to be. We crows hook up and mate for life, with a few brief side piece flings. Newborn crow chicks and siblings live in family groups of up to 15. Siblings stay around, helping mom and dad, none of that rugged individualism of which Americans seem to brag. We've got the biggest of all bird brains, same relative size of chimpanzees. We solve puzzles and build tools to make life better for our families. We gossip and hold grudges, even have funerals just like you, but without the deadly pissing contests of you human buckaroos. One day you'll all be gone. Even those in bunkers are flying to Mars. Guess who'll make it through when the nuclear holocaust starts? The rats, the roaches, and yes, the crows. Sorry about that, but now you know. Striving to beat your fellow man at the expense of all that's right brings more deadly warmongering as humans march till their last good night. Whew, thank you. Learned a lot about crows.
No, that's just beautiful. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bonnie Stalloway.
It's lovely, Bonnie. Right on the money. Wow.
Yeah, I'm just really into your delivery lately. You just seem so locked into it, and it's such a lilting back and forth sway in your phrases. It's just a real pleasure to hear that going on. And I really got into this content of this poem too. Um, I don't know, it's like your rhythm and rhyme and your flow just have and I don't mean this in a negative way at all or that it's too soft, but it conveys a kind of innocence of objectivity. And most of the time, when you think of objectivity, you think of somebody being kind of hard and kind of I want to say sort of base and hard, but you have this objectivity that's very it just has this kind of innocence and truthfulness to it, right? I don't get the sense of like um, the hidden agenda or somebody trying to clobber me over the head with their editorializing. And I think that makes the poem um, much more sort of authentic in its emotional thrust.
Yeah, I agree with you, Paul. And I think, she is very authentic. Hi, Bonnie. It's so great to see you. And like not contrived. It's very authentic. And there's nothing I like more than comparing, an animal, a bird, and then bringing bringing things together like that. And you did it really craftfully and skillfully. So I really liked that.
Um, as she always does, right? She has mastered her style, her pen. They as I've said before, right? Some of the community has really created a symbiotic relationship with their artwork, right? They feed each other. Bonnie, that was incredible. For the fact that you brought in crows, that you mentioned cockroaches, yeah, right. But the crows, right? To me, that makes me think of even I don't know if anyone's ever seen The Wiz, right? It's the black spin off of The Wizard of Oz, right? And the crows were out there, dancing and singing when Mike was on and it's something about that, right? I believe I've heard that crows can count up to about 50, I believe. So they are one of the smartest bird species. And I love how you kind of embodied that, right? You said, you know, humans who ignore the basic instinct of how to live your lives. I love that. Living in denial and disregard, right? Of the societal degradation. Come on. Come on. The moment that human beings learn how to decipher the frequencies that animals speak in, we're gonna be in awe, folks. We're gonna be lost in the sauce when we learn what they say to each other. Thank you, Bonnie, for bringing in that perspective and your incredible artwork. We truly appreciate you. Always great to hear from you, truly. All right, coming up next. Listen, I told y'all the storytellers were in the building. This incredible author, 13 Poets for a Pigeon Kiss, a list of all of these incredible artists. Also, author of Scopiti.
Kalpiti.
Skullpiti. See, always mess it up. This cat. Listen, before I introduce him, I really hope that you and the Queen Sheila had a great weekend celebrating your wedding anniversary. Truly, thank you for sharing that with us. Listen, folks, I like to call this cat the Vincent Price of poetry, a true storyteller. The one and only Ike Waltz is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you, Ike. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Well, you'll find me here. Today, I would like to talk about a guy called Aubrey Beardsley. Why? I don't know. So, Aubrey Beardsley was an English illustrator and author. Illustrator and author. He was the most controversial artist of the Art Nouveau era, renowned for his dark and perverse images and grotesque erotica, which were the main themes of his later work. He satirized Victorian values regarding sex, that at the time when highly valued respectability and men's fear of female superiority as the women's movement made gains in economic rights and occupational and educational opportunities by the 1880s. During the 1960s, though, Beardsley had a popular revival within the German and English hippie community. Even I had Beardsley posters strewn all over the bedroom, the bathroom, even the kitchen. Beardsley passed at the young age of 25. Yes, in the US, even today, we still suffer from Puritan respectability and as such from public displays of nudity. Yes, to my surprise, the word nudity itself has not yet been banned. So let us see how Beardsley caused amusement or was accused of what we see. Listen to the external flute, or ekphrastically spoken, remembering Aubrey Birdsley. When the flute lures you softly into eternal trance, I trouble those erect nipples under your silken blouse with the brush of a kiss arouse. I signal to close your wandering eyes, releasing a trembling and a red-hot blush of fever and many audible sighs. When the flute lures you softly into eternal trance, I trouble your countless goosey bumps. It's a touch of masculine skin, a signal to close my wandering eyes, releasing a trembling and a rush of quiver and many audible sighs. When the flute lures you softly to eternal trance, I trouble your electric fur way down south with the hush of an unexpected kiss, and a brush of my burning mouth. A signal to follow our wandering eyes, releasing a trembling and a rush of fever and a blush of audible sighs. And the flute lures you softly into eternal trance, as it seeks, that jazzy flute that sings a magic high. You are so good. That is what pounds our hearts. It was a joyful cry. When you touch it, when you hold it, you feel a longing as warm as a rising sun. Outside, I am a stranger. Inside, I am your man. It is, that unforgettable, so irresistible, so welcoming, that's a magical burst of fake Hollywood life. That forever, what used to be only seconds on the timekeeping clock, a manly penis erect, calls lovingly on the endurance of an impressive Aubrey Birdsley throbbing cock. Well, this is what you get when a poem is conceived early morning with a steaming cup of coffee at end, and that in my heavenly bed. Thank you.
The poem is conceived early morning. Yeah, man. I told y'all. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike Walls.
Total classic reverie. And it was nice to hear the ending, sort of the poem within the poem kind of thing.
You know, like as I was just yesterday, as a matter of fact, or maybe even today, I'm looking at my library, and I've known Ike for a couple of years now, and I believe I have six of this incredible author's books. 6. And he has no there are no flashes in any of these books that he is slowing down. If anything, he's getting stronger. Every book is better than the last, stronger than the last. And this poem is just a testament to that. He said, I'm surprised the word nudity has not been banned. When the flute lures you softly into eternal trance. Warm as the rising sun. That's what your voice sounds like, right? It sounds warm as the rising sun. What you do is just astonishing. Every time I hear you, your tempo, right? Your meter, your focus, your dedication, it comes through with every poem, sir. Thank you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. This is truly a great treasure to me. Thank you, sir. That cat's incredible, folks. All right. We're going to hit 4 more artists before we go to halftime. But check it out. We have reached a part of this evening that's about to get incredibly astronomical. Prepare yourself, folks. Please keep all of your appendages inside the car at all times. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened, because we're about to do something that's never been done before. Coming up next, and it's been a while. Coming up next, one of, if not the most eloquent writer in the world, all the way across the pond where it's wicked late, but he stays up in a crazy, wicked witching hour to share it with us. The one and only Lantern Carrier is in the building. However, Lantern is not alone this evening because he will be doing a collaboration with another amazing poet. The one and only Elizabeth Horan is in the building. Oh yeah, folks, it's happening. Come on. Let these folks know where they can find you both. Listen, I had no idea this was happening, but I am here for it. Please let these folks know where they can find you both before you destroy our brains. It is great to see you both. Please take it away.
I'll write the details in the chat in a moment. Just checking on Elizabeth to make sure she's ready to go.
I am right here, ready to go. Yes.
What
hello.
a beautiful moonlit smile.
Well, we'll just see how this goes. Lantern told me mine was a little spicy, and I was thinking, well, isn't that the only way Elizabeth knows how to do it? So, there you go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
I am a most beautiful flower, unfurling on the soft breeze of love. I am a spark serenading the vast orchestra of light, a symphony that resonates the splendor of endless harmonies, of a maestro alchemist, dancing to the cadences of his own music.
I am the small, stoic bulb, crouching in the wet mold, sucking the tannins of leaves through my paper skin. I want to live so that you may live. I want to suffer in the dark so that you will spark and blossom and pollen.
I am a butterfly to be, and while I drift, caught in an illusion of self-created shadows, tailored for the progressive opening of my sacred cocoon, my summer's serenade whispers in secret, singing of the agony of distant shores, the miracle of my soul and its supernal whispers of freedom.
On a night in November, the vernal pools froze solid, yet I, for you, buried deep enough as your larva, as not to freeze, white and plump as the drifts of snow, eager, adept, so breathless, so wingless, in my half-death, I submit the order for your full life.
In this chimera called life, an ephemeral loneliness summons my desires, even as echoes of war, greed, and the doom of an extinction of the love my beloved gave looms large.
Look into my chipmunk eyes, the burgeoning love of my life, flower, petal, fledgling, newt. Drink me head to toe, serrated finger, tip to taproot. Eat my body as forest litter, suck in my mulch winter. Bask, love, bask, and absorb my stump, my log, my bark, to live.
Yet, in my despair and anxiety, I still sit on the dim beach of passion and yearning, gaze at the lapis lazuli of the moon, appeal in reverence to the shimmering stars to take away my insecurity and fear.
Stop doubting us. Stop doubting us, angst and worn, that there won't be enough of my carcass to feed yourself with me, Man, flower, bird, sonnet, wren, let me be that thing, the crown to your scepter. How long shall I await? How long must a bud wait in order to give?
Even in my frosty winter, the inner voice somehow conveys the immortality of my being, tells me that the sceptered crown and stateliness of my summertime sing-songs will come, reminds me that my perennial fiestas, my love partners, will be infinitely more luminous than the moon and stars that I beseech.
How many times shall I remind you, Golden King, that my lips are the breath for your song? Most obedient donkey, I tag along, a boxer's girlfriend, used to broken noses. I go to parties with you where I know no one.
I am a golden puppet, swaying on the beach of love, bobbing and weaving like Joe Fraser, doing a purpose-led and lavish summertime shindig, rising and falling with the grace of a Maya Angelou, even while telling my story with the melody and conviction of a Nina Simone.
And again, my bluest eyeball, and again, your Pilar. We do dazzle and jazz, we do jitterbug and craps. I do backbends and splits and make all your friends jealous. Gymnast of the underbrush, the hemlock stand, the pit of a tree is where I am hiding and waiting so that you won't forget about me, so that you won't leave.
I know by faith that the beloved pulls my strings, and so, like the nightingale, I play with symphonies and arias, sing on the ethereal shores of minstrels, inspiring them all with the love which sent me, gave meaning to my quest.
Sing me a song, poet. I am exhausted and panting. I am a shotgun shack and dandelions. I am your memories of success in high school and track. I make you great. I fall at your feet, prone and misshapen. For without your coming, I can give nothing, no creation.
I am a wisteria, a sweet-scented climber with cascades of purple and white lying on the lap of your charisma. I await patiently my summer fairy tale blooms of pink roses, white dahlias, and radiant yellow marigolds, emitting the serenity of beauty that I seek to bask in the serenade of thy stillness.
And see the pride. See how I waited all through the winter, self-doubt and starvation. See how you take my hand, I get up from my bruised knees. Watch you unfurl and spark at the touch of my fingers, the symbiotic loves and lives upon the vine. I do not understand why I wait for you, but I will do it again next year and the next and the next.
I am a most beautiful flower, unfurling on the soft breeze of love. I am a spark on the vast orchestra of light, a symphony that resonates the splendor of endless harmonies, of a maestro alchemist dancing to the cadences of its own music. This has been the eloquent voice of Elizabeth Horan and myself, the Lantern Carrier. Much gratitude to you. Thank you so much.
What a pleasure. What a pleasure indeed.
Yeah. Like, just catch your breath for a second. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lantern Carrier and Elizabeth Horan.
Wow. That was just amazing. You guys, it's like you rehearsed that thing for hours. And you probably didn't, but wow. Thank you both. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
why did that have to end?
Right.
They had places to go and things to do.
That's a good reason.
That was truly amazing. I don't know how you guys pulled that off, but it was almost perfection. Just the way you spoke the word out. It was amazing. Really,
Yeah,
really.
I was with Paul on that. I was gonna say, why did it have to end? Honestly, because I could have sat and listened to that for an hour probably. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. It's hypnotic.
I agree. It was part theatrical, part textual, like a lover's banter. Um, and I'm just throwing it out there. Don't shoot the messenger. Just throwing it out there. The way that the chemistry worked between the two of you, it could easily be a book. It could easily be a short story, a collection of work between the two of you. Lantern, again, I've told you, you're the most eloquent writer in the world. But the way, and listen, I've worked with Lantern, right? And I know what Lantern does. But how you kind of molded your work and how Elizabeth kind of molded her work to work with the two of you, it's like, the trees opening up just enough for the sun to reach the bottom so the plants can grow, right? And it's all this beautiful equilibrium. It was amazing. Like there are so many lines in here. Um, the chimera called life. Come on, Lantern. The extension of the loom my lover gave. Um, Elizabeth said, "Eat my body as forest litter." She said that there won't be enough of my carcass to feed you. Lantern said my love partners will be infinitely more luminous. I am a golden puppet. She said the gymnast of the underbrush. Like, what the hell? What? I am a shotgun shack and sunflowers. And listen, I know that y'all heard it, but she said, without your coming, I can give nothing. It's just so beautiful coming from a garden. My summertime fairy tale blooms, bask in the serenade of thy stillness, what Lantern said. Um, and Elizabeth said, I do not understand why I wait for you, but I will. And then Lantern said, a maestro alchemist. Your language, your word choice, your meter, your willingness to work with each other, it worked magnificently. Thank you both. Um, we need a part two, so work on it. We need a second edition of that, so work on it. Thank you for what you do. All right, one more, and we are gonna go to halftime. And don't worry, Mini Mars, we're gonna get you. We're definitely gonna get you. Coming up next. So, and listen, I understand that everyone's not really comfortable, following a poem like that because it's kind of monstrous. But I have two planets that are going to come together and share something magnificent. I'm telling you. Peace to the gods and the earth for all their wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. First, this incredible artist in the vein, actually, both of them, in the vein of the last poets, I can't thank them enough for putting me in a space of the last poets. They are both my spiritual advisors. Coming up first, Mr. Experience himself, the one and only Baba Ngoma is here. And the second planet that I mentioned, peace to the priestess, my other spiritual advisor, the one and only Oshun Yo Yen is in the building. And if y'all have never experienced what they do, I suggest you have a seat and prepare yourself for what they're about to do together. It is always great to see you. Please let these folks know where they can find you. Take it away.
Yeah, so y'all can find me here. See if I can get rid of this echo. Hello? Can y'all still hear me? No?
Yes, we can still hear you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you.
Yeah.
We got you.
You got me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, priestess, we can hear you.
Okay.
Going down to the crossroads, have a little talk with a shoe. Going down to the crossroads, yeah. Have a little talk with a shoe. Said things ain't looking too good, Baba me. Tell me what I can do.
Meet me at the crossroads where dreams are stitched together in indigo midnight scenes, where Lega appears, partaking of prayers and turmoil, sacrosanct and surreptitious, to marry gold to gold, turning potential into credential. Meet me at the crossroads where noun is not anachronism, no, but an analogy to live by. The real response to the question, a living, breathing, waking, walking, working wisdom revered in folktales, the ancient answer like this, ugly situations.
Say now. Yeah. Going down to the crossroads, had a talk with a shoe. Going down to the crossroads, yeah. Have a talk with a shoe. Say things ain't looking too good, Baba me. Tell me what I can do.
Meet me at the crossroads, a wisdom mesa, where heaven touches the earth, where thought is manifestation of the sky. Your attitude and actions show where space and what the miracles to make a reality. Watch some prodigy, witness passion and determination charged by inspiration. As divinely generated genius becomes the finished product for all.
Hell, the first thing you can do, tell folks I'm not the devil, no. Well, the first thing you can do, hell, tell folks I'm not the devil. Just so you know, the devil is the one who does the evil.
Meet me at the crossroads, way down deep in the Delta, the junction of Old Dockery Road and Highway 8, where that old blues man, Robert Johnson, cried out to Letta and invoked the glory of his faith. Better yet, meet me across the Mississippi at the intersection of Highway 61 and 49, where the earth unveils its magic, contemplated by intersections rum and intent. Its aura radiating power, ritual made habitual, through repetition and time. Don't be surprised who comes there wishing prayers to lay in the core of music. Their incantation and supplications enshrined in aphorisms.
Well, I know that's the truth. That's why I sang this song. Well, I know that's the truth. That's why I sing this song. Well, I know you're the one who determines what's right from wrong. Oh, Leroy, issue. How did you get such a bad name? Oh, Leroy, how did you get such a bad name? Well, the real devil worshippers needed somebody to blame.
Yes, these crossroads. Written by Louis Armstrong, Bessie Smith, Ma Rainey, Billie Holiday, Alberta Hooper, Muddy Waters, Chuck Berry, Nina Simone, John Lee Hooker, your great great beyond great grandmother too. Folk searching in the shadow, dotting language to lift their aspirations to realization.
Oh, Leroy, hey, shoot, you know I need you. You know I've been down on my luck. Well, Leroy, hey, shoot, hey, leg, no, I've been down on my luck. Well, they call you the king of cowards. That's money. Please, please, bring me big bucks.
Crossroads, where human meets divine. Yes, where spirits gather. And don't be afraid. The old demons of midnight oils will wipe filthy out their heads. As this embodied apprehension of those who criminally force you into giving your back to your ancestral tradition, the wellspring of your soul. See them burning torches of terror, burning the crossroads full of your power, as an effigy of their lives, a stolen and weak apparition of the star.
Oh, Leroy, hey, shoot, what can I bring to you? Oh, Leroy, hey, shoot, bother me, tell me now, what can I bring to you? Dried fish, palm oil, and a little gin or two.
There aren't deals made together in this sacred space. Only dates with destiny. The Oludari, there's Almighty God, a firm smile, shining stars in space. Ashe. Meet me at the crossroads.
Went down to the crossroads, yeah. Had a little talk with H2. Well, I went down to the crossroads. Had a little talk with H2.
Ashe, ashe, ashe.
Ashe. Please, everyone, take a moment to collect your collective breath. Oh my goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Baba and Goma and Oshun. Yo, yeah.
Wow, that was great. That was great. I just really, really liked it. It's a night of duets, man. This is great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so much memory medicine in what you two just did.
Memory medicine. Damn it. The Jedi Master is on one this evening. Listen. Even though there was some audio difficulties, some technical issues in there, listen, that is what a true spiritual landing sounds like, right? When you're invoking the sound and the voices of your ancestors, it sounds like that, right? It sounds like that. Baba, the way that you and your instruments speak to the world, it's a new language. Priestess, the way that you flow into the lyrical language that Baba plays, it's next level spirituality. How you do it, how both of you do it. I hope, I can only hope to elevate my artwork to that level, because both of you are one of a kind. As I have been, reminded, there are two planets, right? They are two planets existing in the same solar system, and powerful. They both have their own gravitational pull, and it's magnificent when they work together. Thank you so much. Like, I am going to go to sleep tonight. If I sleep tonight, I'm going to close my eyes and have that song in my brain this evening. The names that they mentioned, please, all of you, I implore all of you to go back and listen to that song again. Thank you so very much for both of you for blessing us with that incredible work. Truly appreciate you. Goodness. Oh my goodness, y'all. Listen, before we move on, I am going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be all the way up in the BX. What's good, Ron? How you feeling?
I'm feeling shiny and bright. I'm so glad that you remembered that. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yes, zooming in from the Bronx, together with Matthew Marroquin, who is zooming in also from another borough across the river, helping me out on the tech side here. And yes, neither one of us is in the New Regan Poets Cafe because we are closed at the moment for reconstruction. But that does not prevent us from, continuing to offer you great events, both in person and online, to continue our programming during the reconstruction. And by the way, this great collaborations too today. I mean, as Matthew had said in the chat, it's been quite a while since we've seen those. So I encourage, everyone, feel free to collaborate with each other. We always love to see and hear that. But in addition to First Days, just in case you did not know, I am a member of the program and operations team, and we work hard on the back end, to give you and present you many other programs during the week, such as our new Regan Bowery Slam on Mondays at the Bowery Poetry Club. And on Fridays, only on the last Friday of the month, our final Friday Slam at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater in Midtown Manhattan. Last week, Paul Concasso guest hosted. And this month, on the 27th of June, our host, Tony McPherson, will return. So come on, if you happen to be in New York City, come on out for this and go and see us. And by the way, just in case, if you are not in New York City, or you are visiting and planning to visit, our New Regan Bowery Slam is every Monday except on June 30th. That's the only Monday in the middle of this year where we will not have a poetry slam, but all the other Mondays this month, as well as during the summer, we are at the Bowery Poetry Club. Also on Wednesdays, we are at the Lois Cider Center. Yesterday, the first Wednesday of the month, somebody's mama presented our Women Orator Wednesday. In case you missed it, that one, even though it's an in-person open mic, it also live streams to our YouTube channel. Same where you can watch us right now in case you are not in Zoom. So if you missed any of the performances, check that out. Paul Skiff was there. I presented a very short poem, and we had a great feature. Stephanie Pacheco, she was amazing, very powerful poetry, so you can check that out. And on the second and fourth Wednesday, Brian Acosta Aria is hosting our New Oregon Open Mic at the Lower Cider Center. That's next week and the last week in June. And note, we will not be at the Lower Cider Center during the months of July and August, but we will return there in September. Also, if you happen to be in New York City or you're planning to visit, this weekend we are offering several free events. On Saturday in Brooklyn, we will be at the Non-Binarian Bookstore, our Pride open mic. That's in the afternoon. And on Sunday, after the National Puerto Rican Day parade, we will be in East Harlem at the Kogi Poetic Voices open mic. And also next week, Brian will be coming back to the International Center of Photography. That's in Lower Manhattan. Our 1000 Words open mic. That's on Thursday, 6 p.m. And so those are in-person events. But if you are not in New York City, I also want to highlight that we do have a few online programs, such as our Poetry Slam workshop, second Tuesday of the month, which happens to be next Tuesday, June 10th. That's in Zoom. It is free, thanks to a grant by Poets and Writers. And Stephanie Pacheco is guest hosting this month. So if you have not gotten your tickets yet and you want to learn how to write slam poetry and you want to get feedback, come on to this workshop. Also, you can help us with a donation. We are a non-for-profit organization. You can either donate when you get your artist RSVP ticket for our online open mics here, or you can go to neworegon.org/contribute, or you can join our Patreon channel where you can see content and videos for of those events, in-person events that we don't publicly live stream or post online. So feel free to check that out. I will be posting that in the Zoom chat, our link tree, New Oregon Poets Cafe. That's where you can see all of our links. If you want to add yourself to our mailing list, go to our calendar, neworegon.org/calendar. There, even though we will not be at the Lower Cider during the summer months, we will have and we will host other open mics, such as in New Jersey. We are returning to our annual showcase and open mic at NJPEC next month. We're going to be at the Poetry Festival. We're going to return to the Bronx Documentary Center. So again, either subscribe to our mailing list or check out our calendar to see all the events that I did not have a chance to mention here. But now let us go back to our next performer. On deck, by the way, is Minnie Mars, to make sure that we did not forget about you. But coming up first is a performer who usually sits in front of a brick wall, and when he does, it always reminds me of the New Oregon Poets Cafe. But the last time I walked by there on the Lower East Side 2 weeks ago, it is still in construction, though. So we're not going to see the inside in the brick walls for at least, a little less than a year. But today you're not in front of the brick wall. You mentioned that you had to go to another location. So I guess your brick wall is under construction as well. I'm just assuming. You can actually vote for him for the National Spoken Word Award. Feel free to mention that. James, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Everyone, welcome back, James Hamilton.
Hey, thank you very much. Can you guys hear me well?
Yep, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so hashtag James Hamilton Poet Anywhere, or you can go to nationalspokenwordawards.com. I'm up for Best Male Spoken Word Performance and Best Entertainer of the Year. Inspiration, who's also been on the broadcast a lot, is up for Rising Star, and it's pretty much a great honor to be out there. So I'm just going to go with my piece because I'm going to try to stay under time. When I shut my eyes, I see shades of emerald green, non-sequential, dead president flash against lids lapped tight. I'm conditioned to imagine living high in a neighborhood with grandiose streets paved in gold, city light diamonds, garnet signs to illuminate onyx nights. Until morning, Stockholm Syndrome sets in 6 or 7 hours past standard time zone 0 time. And the sunrise shines, patina polished capitalist tin. Casual Tuesday morning macerates ego and cortisol into comforting blue box blues with Savvy Magoo, chilling in the midst of 71 howling riffs. Average Americans killing time, breathing, drinking tea and bubble water instead of smoking shit and swilling wine. Talking about the potential return of dirt in the skirt peaches, talking murals, talking rhymes, talking beautiful girls of days past, future, music, talking frequencies of immediacy, talking about how my mind associates talking elephants and Tom Tom Club to stop making sense. Thinking tangentially, joining the decades between Tina Weymouth and Victoria DeAngelis, while managing to stay self-obsessed before heading out into a downpour to work with other versed angels as they hiss. Somehow the street doesn't seem as small on nights when the rain transforms asphalt skin from matte to flash. A poet reads work written on the back of several secondhand Yahtzee scorecards. Verse scrawled in red ink. Hopeless stanzas flank a highlighted quote from Israeli conservative politician Moshe Feiglin, gleaned from a Jerusalem newscast from the same day or the day before. Channel 14, and I quote, "The enemy is not Hamas, nor is it the military wing of Hamas. Every child in Gaza is the enemy. We need to occupy Gaza and settle it, and not a single Gazan child will be left there. There is no other victory," unquote. The poet weeps as she reads the script, somewhere other than with me. And even if no one cares, she reads about history repeating itself. Average Americans listen without hearing, captivated, waiting to move, blind-eyed, ignorant, complicit to genocide. Palestinian, American Indian, same larceny, same sin. Nothing is new. And that's that piece.
That said complicit to genocide. Come on, man. That's that damn work that you put in. Unmute yourself. Give it up for James Hamilton.
Yeah, James. That was on. That was definitely on. On time.
Yeah,
On
James,
time, in time.
I don't think you have to worry about being backed up by a brick wall because you just knock it wherever you are, James. This line, same larceny, same sin.
Same larceny, same. That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Yeah, this cat is the plug no matter where he sits. First of all, congratulations on your nomination. Well deserved, sir. Shout out iInspiration on his nomination as well. And here's a little something that might shock y'all. The New Eurekan Poets Cafe was also nominated as the best open mic, right? So, amazing work. Y'all make sure plug put that link in the chat so folks can go and vote if you wouldn't mind, right? Listen, when you put in work like that, right? That cat said a poet reads works on backs of Yahtzee scorecards. Are you kidding? Like triple word score just for mentioning the word Yahtzee. How many times can you use the word or the letter Z in a word, right? But that's just work, right? The enemy is not Hamas, right? Complicit to genocide. Oh my gosh. Listen, this is what our charge is as artists, as poets. We have to say the things that people are not comfortable with hearing. We have to say the things that people are not comfortable with saying. Right? That's what we're here for. That's what this community was built on. Thank you for understanding your charge and staying in that vein and just living it. Amazing, sir. Amazing. Make sure you follow that link that James Hamilton just put into the chat. Vote for James Hamilton. Vote for iInspiration and vote for the New Year Compose Cafe. Pretty amazing. Listen, make sure that you're showing your love to RMT. Make sure you are showing your love to Matthew Model King. These two incredible gentlemen make this work. I'm telling you, all the things that you may not see happening in the background, these two cats make it work. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Maddie, for all the work that you do. I truly appreciate y'all. I couldn't do it without y'all. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, yeah, you know I wasn't going to forget you. This incredible artist continues to come through with her incredible work. And listen, I haven't heard from you in a while, so I'm glad that you're back in the building. I hope that you've been writing a great American novel or being around an incredible muse that has influenced you to write great poetry. The one and only Minnie Mars is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Please, take it away.
Hey, hi everyone. First off, I know y'all been seeing like my name sign up and I not show up, but yeah, the struggle has been real. I've been surviving. But I have a medium poem. I thought I would try something new and write to the theme. So I'm going to share a medium poem and then I'm going to share a short poem that I wrote about a year ago. This one is called Harlem Rhapsody. Like the summer heat, I feel the beat of my heart on fire, resist. And in the summer night, the moon speaks, slow down and listen, resistance. I dream of people taking the sun to get back their power, devour this regime. I feel the crackles of the Harlem heat, slow down, resist. Every step to concrete, I feel the Harlem souls beneath my feet. The poor dreams lost to a white man running down the same street they took my home. To a new business with the same food as its neighbors a block away. A Harlem summer, where they give tours like it's the zoo. Watch out, there's a European taking a picture of you while you skate on the court. Resist, slow down. Sing in the chaos, the Harlem heat tells me, as it beats down my back and the grass tickles my feet. I touch every tree I pass and ask, and they speak. We appear still, but we move and we breathe. They say ground yourself in this Harlem heat. I used to think Harlem was a cacophony, but I slowed down to listen to the song, to the pigeon with a crumb, to the incoherent addict on the train, to the humid rain, to the vortex, to the portals and Marcus Garvey, the horrible engines, cop cars that cause dissonance. I listen to the chaotic mix and I ground myself in the heat of the Harlem Rhapsody. My second work is a short poem called Low to the Ground. Up in the air, if it's Harlem, baby, you'll find me there. Sitting, hitting in the trees, communing, blending with the soil, darker than me. Lost in the sound of the boys with their bikes tilted in the air, pulling hair, staring stoops, talkative buildings, defensive trees, sitting on bitches that mind their business. Thank you.
Yo, all of them in the building. Let me tell you. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Minnie Mars.
Minnie, that was so beautiful. Both those poems were just so evocative, you know. On that first one where you really celebrate the being there, the actual being and living as the neighborhood, as opposed to, you know, the kind of brand name and, you know, the huge the stark difference between the real place and the image that everybody's fed of the place. And I really felt, how soulfully connected you are.
Thank you.
Yo, if y'all don't know about Harlem, give you a couple of little pieces of insight. Number one, El Hajj Malik El Shabazz was a Harlemite. 125th runs through Harlem. The Apollo Theater is in Harlem. The Langston Hughes House is in Harlem. Like, yo, find yourself on 125th Street, man. For real. Harlem Rhapsody, I just love that. The crackle of the Harlem heat, right? The Harlem souls beneath my feet, where they give tours like it's a zoo. Schaumburg Center, shout out, Jedi Master. And listen, some of the dopest graffiti in the whole Tri-City area is in Harlem. Trust. Manhattan's got some dope graffiti too. So does the Bronx. Listen, it's just work. Ground myself in the heat of Harlem's Rhapsody. Find yourself in Harlem, folks. Truly. Thank you, Minnie Mars, for doing what you do. Matthew Marroquin said it's the sixth borough. Love it, man. Love it. That's at work, folks. That's just the work. All right. We've got about 6 artists left on the guaranteed list. Let's get to it. Coming up next, all the way from Harlem to Long Beach. This gentleman right here, listen, arguably has got the dopest background in the business. And it's legit, right? It's not some virtual. He's sitting with the backdrop of Long Beach. It's the dopest thing I can see. Thank you so much for doing what you do. Your artwork is always so incredible. Your songs are always so incredible. I like to call this cat the folk singer of our generation. The one and only Bill Elkins is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Okay, let's see here. Can you hear me? You can hear me. Okay, good. Hi, everybody. You can find me at Midwestern Bill 51 on Instagram. I'm going to do an original that I've done before. It's a song that I've written quite a few years ago, actually. Hope you like it. It's entitled It's You, Girl. It's you, girl, decked in effervescent blue. It's you, girl, spirit tender and true. You are my sage, my Venus, my belle. You're so perceptive, artistic, and cool. Yeah. It's you, girl, my philosophical muse. It's you, girl, who taught me to be is to do. You are visionary ahead of your time. You ignore what's fashionable, accepted, or defined. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. folk singer so true. It's you, girl, voice so silken and new. I love your ethereal singing at the avant-garde. You turn me on to Dylan with your soprano and guitar. It's you, girl, my coffee house queen. It's you, girl, my brown-eyed babe in blue jeans. I drink you in my dreams, you're so beautiful and fine. You live for today with so much passion in mind. I'm so grateful you're my friend and my musical muse. Thank you, everybody.
Yo, your tone and your tempo are just, they're infectious, sir. Incredible. I told y'all he's the folk singer of our generation. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bill Elkins.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Always
I
a
like the-
smooth voice.
It's a pleasure performing for all of you.
Nice.
It's a pleasure to be performed to by you.
Touche.
Yeah, I like that you had a sort of a more subdued delivery today, and I was really set back into a kind of it sounded a lot more kind of contemplative, almost like you were just sitting in a room by yourself.
I am in a room by myself.
Voice, yeah, I know. I was going to say that too. But you're here in a virtual room with 22 other people. But it was almost like you were in a room by yourself, just sort of meditating on these sentiments. And I really like it. Just was a very poignant delivery in that sense. Anyway, thanks again, Bill.
I appreciate it, Paul. I really do. Yeah, it's a little humid and warm today, so that might have contributed to my state of being. But thank you. Glad you liked it.
Listen, it's amazing how you do what you do, sir. Again, your tone, the way that you and your instrument have this level of symbiosis that creates this beautiful music. It really does. Your commitment to your lyrics and your songwriting is second to none. It really is. You called her my philosophical muse. Like the lyrics, the word choices, the timing, the placement, sir. You're a fucking genius. I don't know if anyone's told you that recently, sir. You're a genius. And we love your music. We love your artwork. Please continue to do what you do and make sure you continue to share it with us as you have been over these past 5 years. You're incredible, sir. Thank you for doing what you do. You're amazing, dude. For real. You're amazing, man. All right. Coming up next, let's see. We have 3, 5. We have 5 people left on the guaranteed list and 1 on the good luck round that just came in. Shout out Catman Bill. Good to see you, sir. All right. Coming up next, one of our newest members of our community. This artist came through last week and just brought it, right? She came through with a whole cement truck and said, y'all gonna get this work. And I'm pretty sure that she's gonna come through with that same heavyweight work this evening. The one and only Sam Hardy is in the building. It is great to see you again. Truly.
Hey, great
Let
to
these
see you
folks know
too. Thanks a lot.
where they can find you. It's great to see you, man. Please take it away.
So I have a couple poems that were inspired by a sculptor named Nancy Elizabeth Prophet. She was an American sculptor and artist of African American and Native American descent, and she was the first woman to graduate from the Rhode Island University of Design in 1918. She couldn't sell anything in America, probably because of racism. And so she went to Paris for her art. And while she was there, she practically starved. She would buy supplies instead of eat and things like that. So she really inspired me. So I wrote a couple of poems about her. This is called Ode to an Artist. What will one do for their art when it pulls them by the heart? When every cell of your body is on fire and every strand of your hair vibrates with desire to weave, to write, to sculpt, to compose? Does the beauty come from the mind? Is it within each artist? Or does it just appear and disappear like smoke? My throat is dry. My belly aches from hunger. I cannot sleep, so I remain woke. I eat at the ash of my desire to create, to paint a picture with my words that I cannot guarantee will ever be heard. I claw at the dryness in my throat. The ashes in my mouth long for the river of my mind, of my pen, stanzas of images of creations within. My last vestibule of thought, of a crescendo, of wet clay upon a marble table, of dreams turned into fables, to stay on the page, on the canvas, on the lyrics forever. I did this. I wrote, drew, sculpted, composed with ribs showing and eyes sunken, but no matter, because I know that as long as words flow, as long as children dance and the wind blows, someone will create. Someone will create. And the next poem is another poem about Nancy Elizabeth Prophet, and it is called Starving Artist. I pull my scarf around my head, pull into me the warmness I rarely ever have. I feel the strength inside me swell, although hunger makes me weak. And as I rise, my legs fell. My fingers ache from whittling today, but I wouldn't have it no other way. I build and shape, then rest and breathe. My art forms before me. My imagination's wooden glow gives me respite and reprieve. I create my own reflection and add one more bust to my collection. Wood doesn't lie. I see the truth in my own sunken eyes. A carved portrait of an old broad who's seen some things, but all life has beauty and all words can be transformed into lyrics to sing. So I cut, shape, and mold an old worn face, shrouded in a material lesser than silk, a perfect cloth for those of my ilk. But at the end of the day, I rise, I smile at myself in its wooden form, where solitude and imagination has become my norm. Thank you.
Yo, I don't know how you can sit still and deliver such heavyweight work like that. Damn it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Sam Hardy.
Oh, thanks for coming back here again, Sam. I'm really glad to hear more of your work. So keep on coming back because we're hungry for it.
That was really strong, what Paul said and what your two poems. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Hungry like a pack of wolves to hear more of your work, Sam. Um, and I love how you chose this particular artist to write work with and for. I just ode to an artist. I was like, oh, I already know this is gonna be incredible. You said every strand of your hair vibrates with desire, with ribs showing and eyes sunken. Like, and that was just a beautiful setup for the next poem, which was Starving Artist, right? I create my own reflection, saw the truth in my own sunken eyes. all words can be transformed into lyrics. That's work. Yeah, I see you, Maddie. Chat book in the making. Come on. For real. For real. There's too many folks in our community that can point you in a direction of getting your work published. For real. Because clearly you have the work, clearly you put in the time, and you and your poetry have a great synergy. Truly. Think about that. Some great work. As Gilgamesh said, thank you for coming back and sharing your work with us. You already know you're a member of the greatest community in the world. Come on. You know what it is. Appreciate you. All right. Coming up next. Yo, the Earth Spirit is in the building. Author of The Impromptu of Love of Music and Animals. You see the beautiful nature that is in the cover of this book and on the back of this book, because this gentleman truly speaks the earth language. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe you're about to find out why. The one and only Ray Whitaker is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Ray. I know it's been a week, been a couple weeks. We're always glad and grateful that you're here. Please, take it away, sir.
Thank you, Elemental. It is so good to be back. I got out of the woods. I've been camping, and I'm gonna do something a little different tonight. And I'm gonna read a chapter out of my next book, which I hope to come out this summer. But these are, if you'll put your heads on, about your history heads on, and think about the southern United States. Here we go. This one is called, These Are Among the Stories My Family Tells, Chapter 8, The Tavern on Old Log Cabin Road. This is Cousin Caleb in 1865, in the summer of 1865, so it sort of sticks to the theme. Cousin Caleb in 1865. Granddaddy loved telling us about Cousin Caleb. What a musical genius he was. Loved his mandolin better than any woman he ever did meet. Came home to old Carolina and family tavern after the war ended. Well, after the Battle of the Crater in Petersburg. After Lee broke our hearts in April of 65. Cousin Caleb had a story about ravens. That everywhere he went on his way back to the family tavern on Old Log Cabin Road, he met another raven. Caleb seemed to think that it was the same bird. At least it crossed his mind that it might be. The thing was that he didn't know how to tell them apart, crows and ravens, I mean. Everywhere he went, from town to town, crossing from Virginia back into North Carolina, another would be there. Along every lowly stretch of road to look him in the eye. He didn't march back with the regiment. Weren't no point to that anymore. The moving in step, pitching tents in rows, lining up for chow. No point going further with that. He escaped from military scrutiny on a moonless night. Just walked away, walked until he couldn't anymore. Along a road he felt like going south was the way of it. That's where he found the old Muskogee Indian, or rather the Indian found him, walking through the canes by the Dan River. Found him just in time, warning him through his surprise about the white-mouthed moccasin he was about to step on. They took up with the old Indian, and many of them next days they kept each other company. When the Indian told him about the legend of their creation story that had ravens in it, how they flew over the water until Turtle brought up enough land from under the water to come down and alight on. The old Indian told him a way to tell them apart. Was ravens spoke a different language than crows. That raven would pick one of the people to bring wisdom to and guide one of the people toward the light. Speaking a different language, yes, the crow and the raven. Raven is mystical, an and full of wisdom. Ravens fly through the gray mists. Crow is more practical, stuck in the material village. Well, Caleb couldn't escape that raven like he had escaped from military service. The raven was following him. He had decided it was the same one. Seemed to have the same gray-white feather under the left eye. After a week of this, the raven was talking to him like there was some sort of message. Caleb decided this was definitely a female and named her Ruth. Maybe they was messages. Not only just one message, maybe many. She became, by some strange occurrence, his conscience, a guide towards what he was not sure at all. That very morning before the soaking rain, Ruth showed up and looked him up and down. Excited, she seemed to say something like he couldn't miss her speaking it, like she was telling him for what or when to be ready for. It had taken him a few weeks in the hot summer heat to walk his way back down to Coleridge. Back to the family tavern was his intent, walking barefoot in the front door all wet. It had rained all morning before he walked in the door. He was hungry, and Mama sort of did know him. He was as skinny as she had ever seen him. Granddaddy said that it took Caleb some time to get over the war. He gradually gained his real weight back, though no one understood why he always looked for those big crows. A black man showed up from Alabama, could sing and had a banjo too. The music were good, and the folk came to hear just the two of them play, although the beer was good that fall too. Turns out that Caleb had saved his colonel's life when the Union soldiers had broken through in the Battle of Cedar Creek near the mountains of Virginia, though he never said much about it. Caleb and that fella became real friends. He hid him from the white sheets when they came by. Those Ku Kluxers were dastardly in violence, and Caleb had had enough of it from the war. He loved that mandolin. He had a special time with those big crows, seemed to listen to them and a new song would come, and the locals would come to the tavern just to hear it. Sitting on the porch, feeling finally home. Holding close at that mandolin his mama had saved for him all those years, ever since 61, when the 22nd Battalion of North Carolina marched away. Thomas's battalion, that of the 22nd, went off to kill the Yankees, off to the blood and gore of 62's Fredericksburg, where afterwards the Union dead lay in piles. Granddaddy said that Caleb always looked surprised when he played. Maybe it's 'cause his fingers remembered the lonely chords of Shenandoah. Maybe it was because the raven told him what to play. Thank you very much for listening.
You know, how you deliver your work and your pace is amazing, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ray Whitaker.
Yeah, I was going to say the colloquial language and that pacing is a wonderful story to hear. Part family history, part myth, part history at large. It's just uh, so well woven together. Really kept me locked into it.
Thank you, Paul.
Definitely. You know, how you always seem to, like you said, you've been camping, and I really love how you are one with nature, and then you always bring that into your artistry. Always. Again, this just makes absolute sense. Every time I hear you, right? The first book, right? The Impromptu of Love of Music, where you have his name is Zeus, I believe. I can't remember. Your companion, right? He's on the cover. It's just something about that, right? When you talk about the clouds rolling in, when you talk about the earth, it just makes so much sense. And your voice is, I've told you before, it's like calm as a stream. And I can't thank you enough for doing exactly what you do. Don't let his smooth taste fool you. This cat's always incredible. Give him 10 words and he'll come up with an amazing poem. And he does it in real time. Appreciate you, sir. He's also the editor of an online space. Plug in with Ray Whitaker. That cat's all kinds of incredible. Thank you, sir, for doing what you do and sharing it with us. All right. I did see one of our poets come in the building. We will get to you, sir. Coming up next, this incredible gentleman continues to come through, whether he's using original music or he's just spitting. This dude, listen, and I love poets who make room for other poets, who make space for other poets. This is one of those cats. The one and only Nishawn the Dawn is in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. I can be found on social media sites such as Instagram under Nishawn the Dawn, as well as True Human Under God, as well as Vibe Sessions Open Platform VSOP. On Facebook, I can be found as Nishawn Ray Swanson. Tonight, I'm trying to stay close to the theme with this poem called Summer Rainy Fantasy. Es el verano y hace mucho calor y tengo caliente. Es el verano y yo tengo mucho caliente. It's summer. It's hot and I'm hot. During winter for the summer, I was yearning. It's here now, and I'm burning. Yeah, I'm burning. Burning in this summer heat. Ablaze, mind and soul days, shifting through a phase, perplexing haze of the heat I feel. And lady, this is a warning. This is a warning, lady. This is a warning. My body is storming. The heat I feel is not humidity at 100%, and I hope you get what's meant. Degrees 96 in the shade. The heat felt can't be weighed. I'd break through barricades, skate the ice capades. I can't be paid not to sip your lemonade. Like voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? I'd sing Lady Marmalade, break through steel stockade, skate down a mountain in rollerblades, jump off the Palisades. With the devil make a trade just to receive your aid. I'll take you looking as meter maid, chambermaid, bridesmaid, mermaid, nurse's aid. Cover me like a band-aid. Nah, you shouldn't be aghast from the words that I broadcast. Not worried about the past so that you're not a gymnast, though I wish you were. In my play, you I've cast to help me end my fast. I swear my forecast is to nudge you for breakfast. You're gonna be my Chinese finger puzzle, yet you won't be stuck to my finger. Your ebony spice mixed with lemonade and ginger on me, scent of you will linger. Linger for days I'll be ablaze. Mind, soul, days, shifting and shifting through the phase, the purple haze, the perplexing maze of you. 'Cause it's you that I do. You are a midnight summer madness all year through. I'm gonna shower my summer heat on thee, so you can see what I can see, and maybe that will cool off you and me. I know I've said a lot, but it's summer, and I told you I'm hot. And sooky, baby. I like what you got. Now, I'm a prophet, because I'm foretelling. There will be lots of kicking, screaming, and yelling. At least there will be from me, because around you, I ain't afraid to be me. Because so you can see what I can see, so you can see who I be. We will be drenched not from the excitement of an embrace, but from the summer rains that fall upon unbridled inhibitions. And as we are entwined together, we become that unsolvable puzzle, a sight where one knows not where one soul begins and the other ends, entwining lovers and friends. A scene where we two are unified as one. When we wake up in the morning, we'll consider the rising sun and the things that we've done, and we'll breathe. We'll breathe. We'll breathe an exhalation of ecstasy ending a summer raining fantasy, because es el verano y hace mucho calor. Y tengo caliente, es el verano y yo tengo mucho caliente. Yes, it's summer and I'm hot. And this has been a summer raining fantasy.
Yeah, man. Spit that sun rays summer. Oh, man. Your tone, your tempo, your voice is all the way dope. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Nishan, the Dawn.
Yeah, I could feel that poem was hot and wet.
Yes.
Sure. Like it's just one of those summer poems, right? Like, if the sand was, serenading the waves that were coming in, it sounds like that, right? It sounds like a moment where you're so comfortable, but you have to get this out, right? Your work is always so calm, so peaceful, but still has a heavyweight punch behind it. I can't thank you enough for being dedicated to your style, to your flow, and not feeling like you need to be someone else, right? Your artistry always comes off as it's authentically you. You don't sound like anyone I've ever heard in my life, and I'm thankful that you continue to do just that, right? Continue to make space for other artists and continue to work on your artistry. It is amazing. Appreciate you, Sean, for real. All right. We have 4 more artists on the list this evening. Coming up next, Jersey in the building. This artist right here, I've seen her recently on social media putting in work. All right. Listen, if you don't know this artist, make sure you plug in with her. All right. She's making power moves. And she happens to be dope at her poetry. Check it out. The one and only K, the poet, is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Please take it away.
Guys, I've been gone for a while again, but because I've been in a lot of creative spaces, so I've been fulfilling myself. I put my Instagrams in the chat, my poetry page, as well as my poetry organization, Hilo Tree. So this poem I wrote maybe 3 days ago. I was listening to Ajay Monet poem Black Joy, and I was writing to it. And so I called it the Black Girl Summer Blues because we're hitting the heat now. So yeah, I wanted to reminisce on my summer times and a lot of younger Black girls' summer blues, if that makes sense. June kissed her shoulders like marigolds longing to be picked. And the sun stayed up watching her double dutch in the streetlight's halo. Body brown like bark, laughter sticky like the popsicles melting down her wrist. Red, blue, purple tongue wagging like flags of a joy she had never earned. Back home meant more than a location. It's the gritty South, lodged in our mothers' voices, scolding us, barefoot across hot porch planks. June bugs buzzing, gospel and the jasmine. Grandmothers Homemade lemonade stirring in the kitchen, your brother looking for the smallest switch, dominoes clicking like bones in the wiser hands. With all the joy, summer brought sadness too. A relationship promised forever, but only stayed until September. An auntie who left us in the summer sunrise, still hearing her hums through the wind chimes. The ache of cornrows too tight, pool days where we never got wet. Hair wrapped up, tucked away because we just got it done, baby. So we sat pretty on the sidelines, mastering beauty and denial. Crushes under basketball courts, lips glossed and hearts loud. Races to the end of the block, letting the boys win because that's what us girls do. Jodeci playing in Big Cuz's car, ushers, confessions cruising out open windows, candlelit walkways screaming gone too soon. And that became normal. And every summer since hasn't been the same. Friends and family became distant. I started becoming a woman. Gentrification had the neighbors leaving. Outside became more dangerous. And as time went by, I sit in this house reminiscing on my Black girl summer blues. And that's the poem.
As long as it sounds like dominoes clicking, it's a goddamn summer madness in there. Unmute yourself, give it up for K, the poet.
Oh, that was an instant
yeah.
classic. That was just thanks for that. This edition of this room tonight's just getting me off on all of this, these poems so full of the urban environment. I can taste it.
For sure. Like, and this is what I love about artists, right? We take themes and we manipulate it and we transform it into something much more. I can taste the summer in that poem. I can feel the summer heat in that poem. I can smell the gospel in the jasmine, right? The dominoes clicking like bones in wise hands. Jodeci. Lord have mercy. You mentioned Jodeci. It's a problem. A good problem, but it's a problem. Right. When we start talking about, the smell, I believe Alan Gary was talking about the smell and the smoke coming from, the different pits and it's just something about it. The music, the atmosphere, the people, it's something about it, right? It's undeniable. Kind of like your work, okay? It's undeniable. Thank you for doing what you do. And listen, stay in that creative space, right? Yeah, we miss your work, right? We want you to be here every Thursday, but stay in that creative space. Continue to inspire the people that you have a connection with, right? To make sure that they are writing incredible poetry as well. Thank you for doing what you do and sharing it with us. Incredible. All right. 3 more artists to go. Coming up next, this incredible artist right here, man, like, he is just an enigma, right? Because he comes up with such incredible artistry, right? From lyrics to music to production and poetry. This dude is a one of one. The one and only Warren Dixon is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Please take it away.
It's always great to see you, Elemental. Salute to you. Salute to everybody. Happy Thursday. So I'm going to take a break for a couple of weeks from music. I know last week, for those who are here, you all had the pleasure of hearing my mental health song. But I figured I'd, take a break from music and get back into the swing of poetry. So this poem that I have, this was actually inspired by a poem, I think it was on the last Thursday of 2024. And it happened to be one that Elemen2al was reading. So this was inspired by, I think, a poem that he read called Wadis on the Throne. So this poem that I'm about to read was inspired by that. So this is called Getting Jiggy in June with New Yorican. And this is kind of a freestyle poem. So here we go. They say that misery loves company, and I love the misery of getting jiggy in June. After all the angels and stars align, they should really teach me how to fly to the moon. I feel like Ron Mark Thompson at midnight, but y'all gonna see how elemental I am by 12 noon. Too soon? Let me commune. See, back in my day, magazines and poems were things I enjoyed reading, even on the holidays. Learning the term onomatopoeia was a tough word that was kind of hard to say. My poetry is like direct deposits when I make a transaction. I call it autopay. And these rhymes lie straight over the ocean, like Bonnie Soloway. I mean, I used to swim from place to place, wandering around every day of my life like a nomad, trying to digest every nonfiction book at my library in hopes that my appetite doesn't go bad. I never did cocaine, but I read essays line by line, like a notepad. It ain't so sad, but like a broke dad. Sometimes I wish money grew on trees than falling to the ground. I got more balls to talk about important shit that matters, and it'll never go out of bounds. My favorite band was never Green Day, but Elizabeth Horn was who I found, because although St. Patrick's Day is past, she knows how to put me in my good luck round. And you know how I get down. I don't need to show y'all that I'm one of the lucky talents in this space. It's God-given. My pen's been ancient since ink was created. I'm Paul Skiffin. You want to know why I changed my name to Joseph C? Because I've gone fishing like a dog missing. I've been on the wanted poster since I murdered poems and song production. I do general labor with my music, like it's under construction. So when y'all hear that boom, boom, pow, or a whole lot of something, just know it isn't the Black Eyed Peas. It's spontaneous combustion, but I ain't worried about nothing, because Friday the 13th is next week. But to me, Fridays aren't scary. What's scary is waiting for the fairy to come bury the very tooth that I used to carry in my personal sanctuary. But rarely is losing teeth ever necessary. So I guess dairy will only be temporary, or eating the ordinary chicken noodle soup of poetry like the legendary Alan Gary. They tell me that karma is a straight bitch. Well, one of these days, I want to marry her. And when I do, she'll be off limits. So I'm going to be her bodyguard and remain the barrier. So leave us the fuck alone and get the hell from our area. Or karma will transport you back to where you came from, like Lantern Carey. Speaking of transporting people, momentarily, I'm going to go ahead and bounce. Because I did say that my poems are like direct deposits, but I got too many checking accounts. It's hard when you barely have change, not even a gold coin of an ounce. What's harder is Osun Yoyen Ifarike. Sounds like a difficult name to pronounce, but safe to say, I love getting jiggy in tune with New Eurekan. It'll never quit. Thursday nights with the greatest community in the world is always lit. Before I conclude my poem, though, there's something I gotta spit. Don't fuck with Warren Swag Tactical Dixon Jr. when it comes to this poetry shit.
Coming through with that heavyweight URL shit. Come on, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Warren Dixon.
That was amazing and quite a surprise. That was
Expect the unexpected, Bonnie.
Yeah, that was awesome. Really. Congratulations. I loved it. It was really good.
Yeah, I love that, Warren, and it was so obvious you were having such a good time with it too. That's half of what made that poem so great to me. And I really like, you mix up your delivery. See, that's what That's what keeps things sonically interested in a poem. It was this whole section there where you got into the rhyme ARY, and it was just so obsessive, for like 6 or 8 or 10 bars. And it just really makes the poem a lot more fun sonically.
Listen, and I'm a fan of URL, right? Smitterat, like I'm a fan, and it sounds like you've been plugging in to some of those matches, man, because I can hear the bars coming in, right? Those punchlines, they hit like Mike Tyson in the first, second, or third round, right? But beyond the bars that you dropped, and I implore everyone to go back and listen to the bars that he dropped, it was the page throw for me, partner. When you were done with it, it was the page throw over your shoulder when you tossed the paper. Like, yo, that's next level right there, man. For real. I love artists that call out their community members. Something about that, right? We used to hear a lot of those at one point in time, and we haven't in a while. But I appreciate you, Warren, for doing exactly that, for mentioning your colleagues in a textural aspect of your poem. That was fantastic, sir. Truly, truly appreciate all that you do. Like he said, I don't want to peer, right? I wish money grew on trees, right? I've been on wanted posters since I murdered poems. Listen, and I didn't know Friday the 13th was next week. I really didn't. I didn't. This is what I love about artists. You can say lots of things about artists, but I guarantee you, a poet will not say anything that they haven't researched first. Appreciate you, man, for doing what you do. That cat's pretty dope with it, for real. Appreciate you, man. All right. Coming up next, to close out the guaranteed list, our resident Gilgamesh is in the building. See this right here? This gentleman is so incredible that he got down with a live symphony. The only artist I know who is a part of the Allowed anthology from the New Eureka Poets Cafe. He rocked with the originators. A true Low East Sider. The Jedi Master himself, Paul Skiff, is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. It is always a pleasure and a treasure to hear your work. Please, take it away.
You can find me on Low East Side. Sorry, I just had to flash this flag Miguel dropped on me one day in the park. Because I'm just feeling it kind of thick today. As I did last night at the WOW reading, I just want to do this poem because it's about 10 days away from the 35th anniversary of this poem, which I was, as Elemental mentioned, I was fortunate enough to get into Allowed. There it is. And so I'm just going to do this poem. I would give an advisory about how it begins, but you know what? I read recently, recent studies show that trigger warnings are counterproductive because they make people have anxiety anticipating something negative is going to happen. I thought that was interesting. June 15th, 1990. Pounded onto the door of my building. ¿Quién habla por los niños? I wanted to come out and play, but I have to go to the supermarket because the price of beans has doubled in 1 week. What's the most confusing day in Harlem? What does spaghetti and women have in common? What do you get when you cross a Mexican and an Italian? Why was the gay fired from the sperm bank? What's long, black, and smelly? What's black, has what eyes, and knocks on glass? What do you call two Vietnamese in a Trans Am? Did you hear about the Polish lesbian? Why are Jewish men circumcised? What do you get when you cross a Japanese woman with a Chinese woman? Why did God invent women? What can you sell to a senior citizen? Yeah, well, what do you get when you cross government with the internet? Why is free world just a market term that means get it while you can? What do you get when you cross sex with public discussion? What do you get when you cross justice with a bank account? Why does everything in the food store have poison in it, but they put louder slogans and brighter colors on the boxes? Why do Hollywood and Disneyland want to be seen as major industrial sites? Why do rich people think that if they get together at a party, eat roast beef, drink champagne, dance, and pay money to a charity, then they will not really have to do a fucking thing about poverty and disease? Why can't the largest manufacturer of jail cells pay any attention to foreign buyers? Why do Republicans and Democrats spend money and lie to each other while the right wing throws bombs at women's health clinics and decimates culture to show that government is not in power? Why is public education a war of attrition? Why is the scene a place where people wear sprayed on personality? Why are criminals the only people who believe in the law? Why is the only punishment for original sin this fucking government? Why have inalienable rights moved from the seventh to the eighth planet from the sun? Why do famous babies have no names? They are just descriptions of the end. Beat by mother, stabbed by father, fallen on the 13th floor, starved and deprived of sunlight, stolen, dumped in the trash, born high on freebase, sold. How come lynchings can still be done in broad daylight, in the middle of the day, out in plain sight of public, 400 years after they said this was all over and it will be done by a killer cop bullet? Why don't they call it? Why don't they call that thing they put out in the bay out there? Why don't they call it the Statue of Equality? I wanted to come and stand in the crowd on Astor Place and block traffic so a mad flash of a youth could pump his skateboard fast enough to hurl himself over 4 trash cans. I want to hear the smeared clack of the wheels. I want to see him midair, knees up to his ears. I want to hear the voices jeer, coax, and scream as his legs unravel past the 4th can and rip the waiting board from stillness. I wanted to catch the 3-year-old bumbling on 3rd Street, wrapped in a heavy coil of Christmas lights that turn him into a tiny constellation, a zodiac of untied sneakers, scratched knees, and 115 volts, neon Nino skin twinkling, tiny, fragile, courageous festival of minuscule ignition, celebrating unguideless and wordless. I wanted to see the grease cake men edge out of the trash hauler's garage to have their faces stretched by the girl who is dancing all the way up the middle of East 3rd Street, the Reverend Pedro Pietri Way, wearing only a man's jacket. I want to hear her laughter split the street. I want to hear her singing, drain the weight from every stone. I want to see her steal those grease-caked men's shadows. I want her smile. I wanted to come out and play, but they are closing down the New Eurekan Poets Cafe on June 15th, 1990, because the city government says they are required to put in another toilet? Yeah, right. You can keep this whole neighborhood underserviced like you have done forever, and then shut us down for it. Put in my mailbox. Planifiquemos juntos para luchar contra el abuso del casero y el desplazamiento y poder defender nuestro vecindario para la gente que vivimos aquí. Vivimos aquí. Yeah, that's what happens when language has a landlord. We're the future. We're the future. No, we're the future. No, we're the future. We invaded this place and colonized it, so we're the future. No, we're the future because we got everybody to become Christians, so we are the future. No, we're the future. We bought this entire place, every fucking inch of it. We own it all, so we're the future. No, we're the future. No, we're the future. We're the future. We're the future. We're the future. Teach me. Teach me. Teach me quality. Teach me hate for violence. Teach me how to recognize my own hungers. If you don't, I will not hear the clever words of any more of your lessons. Future, 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 future. Yeah, they can close down the New Eurekan Poets Cafe supposedly because of some code violation, and people can claim they're the future, but all I know, really, all I know is I am free. You are free. We are all free because this whole world is still unfinished. Praise to Miguel Algarin and the founders of the cafe.
See, this is why this dude is so incredible, man. Oh my gosh. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul. Skip.
Oh, you always take us places, man. You always take us places.
Like you're such an enigma, Gilgamesh. Like you have so much history stored in your bones, right? And every ounce of your bone marrow that you share with us, we learn, right? When you start chanting, we get lost, right? Um, a true Low East Sider, folks. Like truly. He said, "What do women and spaghetti have in common? What can you sell a senior citizen?" Right? Why is public education a war of attrition? Why is it not called the Statue of Equality? The Reverend Pedro Pietriway is a real thing, folks. And that is the avenue that the New Eureka Pose Cafe sits on. Do your history. When language has a landlord. Oh my gosh. He's just amazing, folks, from every angle. Thank you. Thank you, Paul Skiff, for doing what you do and always doing it so fervently and sharing it with us. We truly, truly appreciate you. Your colleagues appreciate you for giving your critique on their artwork. Thank you, truly, for doing what you do, sir. All right, let's get to this good luck round. We have 3 artists on the good luck round. Let's get to it. Coming up first, this artist, I see that he has his instrument in his hands. He made sure that he messaged me like, hey, I'm coming, man. I'm coming. I need to get down this evening. And I told him before, and I will continue to tell you, sir, we will make room for you. The one and only Catman Bill is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. Catman, always great to see you, sir. Please, take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Well, first, I might as well promote my book. Oops, what happened? Oh, no. There. I'm on low power. You can find it anywhere on online. I was going to do some dirty shit, but you're probably getting tired of dirty shit. But I just realized that being June, I wrote this song in mid-June in 2016 after watching service for Muhammad Ali online, and later that night I went to sleep and awoke at 3 in the morning with tears in my eyes, knowing that a good man had died, passed on. So I did what I'm supposed to do, and I picked up my pen and paper and guitar and wrote the song, He Came from Dust. He was a lifelong hero of mine. I remembered when I was in grade school, I think it was 63, maybe 62. I picked up my desktop with a piece of chalk and sketched 2 fighters planning an epic battle, Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay at the time, and Sonny Liston. And at the time I wanted Sonny Liston to win only because I was once called Sonny. But I'm sure glad that Muhammad Ali won. And this is the song I wrote. He came from dust, he came from clay, he never lived a cautious day. He was a poet with a rhyming mind, he was the greatest of all time. Ali, he lives on in the sum of us. Ali, Ali, more American than apple pie, more peaceful than a butterfly. He knew when the time was right to lose his pay and end nights. He lives on in some of us. Ali, Thank you.
Amazing song, Catman. You said it so beautifully. He lives on through us, no doubt. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Catman. Boo!
Always
I wonder-
appreciate your good old fuck you to Donald Trump.
Sure.
Great tribute, Bill. I kind of liked how it was, somebody like Ali could go on 20 minutes, but you just kind of have this very encapsulated to the point piece, and it kind of peaks in the really compact amount of time and carries your sentiments just in a very, very pure way by doing that. Yeah, I remember Ali's kind of like one of the very last people out of that world who didn't have uh all sorts of, I mean, he had his controversies, the whole thing about the armed service and stuff like that. But it didn't it wasn't he wasn't like getting followed by a bunch of negativity all the time. He actually was a very positive kind of example of somebody in the game. And I kind of remember him as one of the last to be that way.
Well, what he did was, and this is what I most remember and take as a learning curve for me, is that he threw it all away in support of his positions on the war in Vietnam and how it was affecting an inordinate majority of black folks, black soldiers, but all soldiers, because it was a meaningless war. And he lost his title for several years, and he was willing to go to prison for it.
Mm. Yeah, that really stood out to me back then too. There weren't, between him and Dr. King speaking out against the war, and well, there were more than just them, but in the, public figures doing so, it wasn't a huge chorus of people. And you contrast that with somebody like Elvis, who had to cope with going into the service. Um, but yeah, that's thanks for bringing up those memories about that time.
We forget too easily. Thank you.
Oh, do we forget too easily, right? Because we gloss over the controversial, but we make sure we magnify the marginal, right? And it bothers me, right? Listen, you're invoking my spirit of revolution, right? My father named me after Muhammad Ali, right? My real name was cultivated from him. So when you mention him, like I'm all in, right? Not to mention he happened to be like probably the first poet who happened to be an athlete, right? He would walk down the street and just bring people into his cipher, right? A charismatic leader, a very vocal leader, a person who stood on his beliefs, right? And you cannot dispute how fervent he was on what he was unwilling to do, right? You said he lost his title. They stripped him of it because they felt that he was being un-American, right? Which is why I always show love to the one and only Howard Cosell. Right? He always made sure that Brother Muhammad had a platform to speak his truth, to speak his mind, in every ounce of fervency that he wished. And I love it. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for doing what you do. And your book, amazing. I'm telling you, you're just amazing, sir, for what you do. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to rock with us. You're amazing. Thank you. All right. 2 more artists, and we are going to get up out of here. Coming up next, one of the newest members of our community. She came through last week and brought the real, right? And after, rapping with the captain of the street team, he gave me a little bit of insight. But let me tell you about this next artist. She feels her work. She breathes life into her work. And you have to know that we are here for it. Every stanza that you rip, every ounce of work that you put into your work, we are here for it. Never feel like you are on your own or alone, because you are a member of the greatest community in the world. The one and only prophetic poet is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you. Please, take it away.
I hope everybody's doing well. I'm still building my social media platform, so I'm not really there yet. So you can't find me really on social media. But yes, I am the prophetic poet, and I have a poem for you today. This is called His Garden. You are a mountain of peace. It reminds me of my secret place. The fruit you bear is savory to the tongue. It's sweet enough for my ancestors to taste in heaven. May the storm cease and the flowers bloom. That's a metaphor for love. A disaster willing to happen. I found peace in your obedience, grace in your ambiance. Tell me, what joy is there if I don't hear you weeping tears of worship behind closed doors? While you grind your knees deep in gravel, you praise him. I mean, that's a metaphor for redemption. But you see, your garden has fertile ground. I know this because you bear good fruits even on the days I am not so good. These are the days of my life, so count them as joy. For the fruits of your labor are as smooth as the rhythm of my heart. May I never fail to love you. May I never fail to submit to you. I know I haven't met you yet, but know that we've met in the spirit. I am as evenly yoked to you as you are to me. It's you and me, wrapped in the Trinity. I am waiting for you, patiently, peacefully, purposefully. You see, your love is a language I do not understand in my own time. It is a billowing storm ready to rain on you like tsunami. You see, I know your love is both passive and aggressive, but never passive aggressive. Mixed together, these things cause the greatest tragedy. Love, where two lovers fall for each other, sacrificing what it is for what it should be. My love, when you find me, you will never know another woman who loves with her hands and feet. Realize, love is an appetite to be fed. Thank you.
A woman that loves with her hands and feet? Ah, come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for prophetic poet.
I told you, Elemental. I
Oh,
told
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad you came back. This
Thank
really,
you. Glad to have you, you guys.
yeah, one really wonderful poem about kind of, devotion but kind of devotion to the unknown and the anticipation of something like that. So kind of insight into the spirit that's a bit uncommon.
Indeed.
That.
Great,
Thank
great
you.
insight, Gilgamesh. It really is that, right? It is stepping into what we don't hear all the time, right? This anticipatory feeling of a love that's yet to come, compared to somebody who's just in search of the bag, right? But someone who is open to the love that they deserve, right? Um, your tone, your pacing, your word choice, right? Amazing. A mountain of peace, sweet enough for my ancestors to taste in heaven. A metaphor for redemption. And I saw the Jedi Master jump on this one too. May I never fail to love you. And then of course, love you with my hands and feet. Like that's all in, right? And this ain't even holding, but that's all in. And I appreciate you for sharing that sentiment with us. Definitely heard and definitely felt. Thank you. Don't be a stranger. All right. Closing out the evening. Captain of the street team. Poet in the building. This dude right here, man, I'm telling you. This dude is making connections all over the world. He puts in the work. He is nominated for Rising Star. This dude, I'm telling you, man, if you don't know anybody else in the world, make sure you plug in with this dude for real. The one and only I Inspiration is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. Man, it's always great to see you and hear you, man. Come on, take it away.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. That was a great intro, man. Yeah, Rising Star of the Year, as well as Best Storyteller of the Year. Our Wordsmith Wednesdays got nominated for Best Open Mic, as well as Best Radio Show. And who else is in that category but the New Eurekan Poets Cafe for Best Open Mic? So you can head up www.nationalspokenwordsawards.com, and it's category 5. You can vote every day, once a day from each device. I think James said he was I already put the link up in here. This weekend I'll be in Chicago at the Right About Now open mic with Jason Williams and Geronimo Speaks. Saturday be with Emerald Green, 3BM, Love Persified, Hood Rays, Creative Truth in Chicago, and then I feature on Sunday in Bronzeville with Black Ice. So I'm gonna practice a piece I'm gonna do tomorrow, and part of my set. So you guys have heard this before, but I have to keep practicing it to get better and better, right? So I've been writing these poems since before I was a thought in my father's mind. Since God been writing and speaking thoughts into my father's mind, I've been writing these poems with and through God as a vessel until my father took the words, turned the gains for gain in my mom, and the result was me in the human form. I then became a poet and a fighter so I could keep writing these poems. See, it all started with invisible ink, powered by thoughts, universal vibrations that left scriptures upon my soul until I could learn to write in the physical form. See, I've been writing these poems. 6 months after my birth, I had my first seizure. It was then written in my script of life that it was now time for me to be a fighter. Because seizures, had me feeling like I was sinking, like I was disappearing from the human form, like God and Satan were fighting over me. If I could even have been so lucky. If God wins, then I would stay in the human form and I would work through him. If Satan wins, then I would leave for hell right away. I won't lie, people. Sometimes I would lean towards Satan, would lean towards hell, hoping that the burdens of me would die with me, leave with me. Though my friends and family, they wouldn't let me go. They say that I would shake and I would kick violently, even while my legs were feeling numb to me, while my brain was going blank of their reality to me. Poems were to be continuously written in invisible ink, spoken through wires and electrodes, studied through slides of organisms and machines, having me feel like a test tube baby or an animal. Because the activity in my brain, it just wasn't normal to them. The beat to my own drum, it wasn't normal to them. They wanted details. Oh boy, did they want details. To the infrastructure, to these poems that I've been writing way before the physical form. See, because at this point, I still haven't put my poems to paper. But this is proof that I've been writing these poems way before the physical form. I've just been writing in invisible ink, leaving stains upon my soul. Y'all talk about you've been writing these poems. I am these poems. I've been living these poems. I've been walking, talking, breathing these poems. The first time I ever did put a poem to paper, I also performed it in the same day. And I still got put in the friend zone. But I've also written myself out of overdoses through these poems. I've been resurrected and reborn through these poems. I just had to write myself out of shyness and into encouragement and open-mindedness. Told y'all, I've been living these poems, walking, talking, breathing these poems, learning, feeling, teaching myself all about myself, all through these poems. Some of y'all are gonna be reading my poems after my death, because some of y'all weren't even born yet when I wrote these poems. When I lived these poems, I am these poems. I'm motivation, I'm determination. Just call me I Inspiration, captain of the street team. Poet.
Yo, every time I hear that poem, you're only getting better. It's only getting hotter. It's only stepping up to a new level of elevation, man. That cat's incredible. Unmute yourself. Give it up for I Inspiration.
Bravo. Thank you. That was a much needed release.
Go, man, go.
It should be that every single time. It really should be, right? It really should be you giving your all, right? Especially with what you're doing. If you're going to be on stage, if you're going to be performing this, if you don't give it your all, then don't step on the stage. Honestly, don't step on the microphone if you're not willing to give it all. Right, like they say to athletes, leave it all on the field, leave it all on the court. If you're not gonna leave it all on the stage, then don't even step toward the stairs. Right, but you are now embodying that poem, as you said. You are that poem now, and it comes off that way every single time, man. For real, it's only gotten better. And guess what? It's only going to get better. I hear your dedication. I hear your focus. I hear your drive. Stay on it. Stay focused. The poem is already monstrous, and it's only going to become Monsters Incorporated. Appreciate you for what you do. For real, captain of the street team. Man, truly, truly appreciate you. Yo, right at the 10 o'clock mark. goodness, 11 o'clock. Listen, it has been an incredible night. Thank you all, from the opener and Eddie Foreman to the collabs we had this evening with Lantern Carrier and Elizabeth Horan, to Baba Ngoma and Oshun Yoyen, the plug in the building, Sam Hardy, Alan Gary still in the building, Bonnie Soloway. I'm telling you, Bonnie got guns. Like y'all just don't know, man. Look, hoo-hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Brooklyn in the building, Jersey in the building, Wisconsin in here, Garland Thompson. Oh my goodness. Love that dude, man, for real. Can't wait to hear you again soon. Listen, thank you all for doing what you do, for making Thursday night what it is, for making the online open mic what it is. I really can't thank you enough for that. Really, I love you all. Really. Make sure you are plugging in with all things New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I wanted to share this. This is the book that the opening poem came out of this evening. Again, authored by the one and only Black Chakra. This is my, I guess, suggestion for reading this week, right? I'll try to do that every week. I'll try to give you a piece of literature that you should check into and feed your brain. Listen, all of you are so absolutely incredible. I can't thank you enough. Please continue to do what you do. Please continue to write as fervently as you do for all of us to help poetry move forward. We're going to end the night like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until next week, peace and blessings.